Hi, third grade. Today we're going to look at Unit 9, Week 1, Day 2. So repeat after me. A-R, car, R. O-R, horn, or. E-R, her, I-R, bird, U-R, burn, S-T-L-E, castle, sol. T-I-O-N, vacation, shun. S-I-O-N, mansion, shun. S-I-O-N, television, jeune. I-V-E, give, if. Great work. Now let's listen to see what our new concept is for the day today.
Hi friends, I'm Mrs. Keo and we are going to work on Unit 9, Week 1, Day 2 of Introduce New Concepts today. Today you are going to need your magnetic tile board. I've got mine all set up, so if you can get your magnetic tiles set, if you want to take a moment to pause the video, get those ready to use a little bit later. Actually, I think we're going to use them right away. So pause the video and get those available to you. All right, you should be all ready and all set. So remember your hands, if you have your tile board open, I would like you not to have your hands on them right now because you're going to be listening to me and we're going to be thinking about what it is that we're doing. So you're going to be my echo. What says Do you remember that? Okay, so here is where I want to show you. So you have your tiles. So I'm going to show you my little tile board. And then I think I'm going to use the rest of the time, I'll use my bigger board. But here's my tile board. So your tile board should be set up just like this because what we want your board to look just like your teacher's card display. So here's my board, and I've asked you, what says So we're going to find all the things that we know say If you'll remember, it is not the letter R. We worked on that really hard at the beginning of the year. So now we know that says We have ER. I'm going to put that right there. IR. So get yours, all of the tiles that say And what do we have? We have ER, IR, UR. All right, so we're going to practice our spelling option procedure because remember, sometimes we have spelling options and you may or may not know, and it is okay to use that spelling option procedure to double check. So be my echo. First, let's tap that word. Don't repeat it again. What is the spelling option sound in there? Okay, so let's set up our word. I'll keep my board here so you can see mine. I'll use this word right now. So let's set up our spelling option for the word that we just said. All right, so there's my spelling option set up for this word. So I used my blank one because that's the one that we set was our spelling option. So my choices are going to be ER, IR, and UR. So maybe you know, maybe you don't know. There are some words that I always have to write out because I'm just not sure. Like some words that really trick me still. And that's okay. This is what we do as grown-ups, as people who are spelling the English language. So let's give this a try. So I'll try that first. That says first. I don't know that I recognize that one. Let's try that one. That says first, but they're all going to say first. That one looks a little familiar to me. Try that one. That says first, but I don't know if that's spelled the right way. So let's choose one. So this is a big thing with when you're doing spelling options. You have to choose one. So I'm going to choose this one. So how do I know? That's right. You are going to check either with a spell checker or your student notebook. Hopefully you have this handy and you go into the spelling options pages. I've got mine tabbed And I'm going to go to the F's, and I'm going to check. Okay, I found it, and it's spelled F-I-R-S-T. F-I-R-S-T. So I chose correctly. What happens if I didn't choose correctly? Nothing. You just change it. That's all you do, because that's what we do as grown-ups, and you as spellers now. If you choose the wrong one, it's not a big deal. You just go ahead and change it and move forward and remember that. So remember, these are the sounds that we have choices for that spelling option. Okay. All right, so now let's move on. So now I am going to stop sharing here, and let's keep going. And I'm going to show you what I have on my board. Okay, so we're going to come over here. So now we're going to talk about multisyllabic words. So you're going to be my echo. So we're still thinking about that sound. So here we go. Termite. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write my 2 lines. Termite. So I've got t, and I know that's going to be my spelling option. So I'm going to put my line there, and a mite. I know how to spell that. Mite. So remember that if you get stuck on a syllable, you can always tap that out, but you don't need to every time if you know how that spelling is going to go. Okay, so now I've got a spelling option here. So I know that I've got my options here. What are my options? E-R-I-R-U-R. So I'm going to put those down here, E-R-I-R-U-R. So on your board, you can write this just like this. And you draw the line. Don't draw on any tiles, but you're going to draw on the white part. So then I can try it. Termite. That looks pretty good, but I'm going to try my other options. Termite. Termite. All right. So I need to check. I think it's this one. How do I check it? That's right. I go to my spelling options in here, or spell checker. If you have a spell checker or a dictionary or something that you have with you, then you can go ahead and check that. Termite, T-E-R. I found it in here. Did you find it? So termite. So do you know what a termite is? Termite is an insect that you don't want to see around your house. They like to eat wood. So we don't want them around our house. But here, we have our options here. So let's do a couple more options. So I'm going to keep these here. And you can follow along with me using your tiles. Remember, they're not toys. We're using them as tools today to really get into what we're learning here. So I'm going to get my syllable frames. You can draw the lines on there. Can you see that? You can't see that. So I'm going to draw the lines too. It will be the same. So, but you need to know the word before you know the word, what you're going to draw. So here we go. Be my echo. Cursive. Cursive. So I'm going to put my line. Cursive. There's that sound. So I got my and that's my spelling option. I can even use my blank pink tile if you wanted to do that. But only if it has a magnet on it can you do that. So you can just put a line there, or you can put your pink blank tile. Let me see if I have one. Oh, here's, no. Okay, so we'll just put our line there. So cursive. Cursive. All right, so what are my choices for this sound? I have E-R-I-R-U-R. Then we try each of them. Cursive. Remember, they're all going to say cursive. We're looking for what looks right. Cursive. Cursive. That looks like something I have seen before. So then what do? Yeah, we check in our spell checker. So grab yours real fast and see if you can find it before I do. Found it. Did we choose correctly? We did. Good for us. What if we hadn't? Not a big deal. You just go ahead and put it on the right one and look at it. And I would say cursive to try to commit that to remembering what that R controlled syllable is in that front part. Let's do another one. Erase yours if you have it. Okay, be my echo. Thirsty. Thirsty. We'll draw our lines. So we've got two. Thirsty. I've got whoops. D. Thirsty. So it could be that one. Thirsty. Could be this one. Thirsty. Could be this one. Thirsty. I'm going to choose that one. You choose the one that you think that it might be. Let's check our spelling options for thirsty. I'm going to have to go to what letter? The T. That nice that you've already learned your dictionary skills, so you can find these letters in here pretty easily. I found it. I didn't choose the right one. Is that a big deal? Nope. I'm going to move it and choose the correct one and then read it. Thirsty. Thirsty. I'm thirsty. I love lemonade, so I might get myself a drink of lemonade. All right, so that's how you do that. So you worked with your tiles, and hopefully you're feeling comfortable with them. So go ahead and just move your tiles out for a little bit, and we will come back to them. So now, let me build another word for you. Put these down for a little bit later. Okay, here we go. There we go. It's going a little crazy there. So take a look at this word. Remember, English words don't end with V. So we have that very busy letter E that comes along and does a lot of work. So in this word, let's tap this. Nerve. The E is there only because English words don't end in V. So that is why that letter is there. So this nerve, the word nerve, is still an R-controlled word. So R-controlled words will also need that E at the end for the V, but they're still R-controlled. So when I go to mark up this word, remember, I always identify that syllable type first. So I'm going to underline that base word. This is an R-controlled syllable type. And then I will circle, my card is laminated, that's why I'm circling it. Circle that R control and cross out that E. Because that E's only job is to make sure the V is not hanging on the end of that English word. Swerve. Let's tap it. Swerve. Where is that spelling option? Swerve. All right, let's set that up. And I'm going to use this for that spelling option sound. But I just remember that English words do not end with V. So then I try these. Swerve, swerve, swerve. Thinking it might be that one. I don't know. Let's see if it's in the spelling options book. If not, you can get that spell checker, or one of you can grab a spell checker right away and see if it is in there. No, some of these words are not in here. So I do think it is swerve right here. And you can check it with your spell checker. How fun is that? Spelling options can be so much fun if you take time to learn how to do those. So remember, if you choose poorly, you don't get the right one, not a big deal. You just choose the right one and keep on going and keep on spelling. All right, this was a fun lesson, and I will see you soon.
All right, before we learn our new sound-alike pair for today, let's review some of our sound-alike words from Unit 8. Say this word, principal. And what is the signal for the one that ends with P-A-L? Right, the person who's in the head of the school. Make sure you're following the rules. This word is also principle, but what is this? A belief that you live by. Okay. This word, wear. What's the signal for WEAR? Right. Put on your hat, zip up your jacket. You wear clothing. This where, what's that signal? Yeah, where you're looking for the location of something. This word, weight. WEIGHT. When you're talking about how heavy something is, right? You lift the weight. This weight, WAIT. Cross your arms, tap your foot, check your watch when you have to wait patiently in line. This word, week, WEEK. Do you remember? 7 days. WEAK, when you have little strength, no muscle. All right. And then our most recent one was meet, MEET. Do you remember that signal? That's a recent one. We haven't practiced it as much. When two people, get together, we kind of did our sign language for friends. They meet up. MEAT is meat from an animal that you can eat. Remember chicken leg? All right. Now let's take a look at our new homophone. This word is heard. Say it. Heard. Spell it with me. HEARD. And this word means sounds that have been detected. So let's go ahead in our student notebook and add that definition. I believe it's on page 96. So on page 96, find HEARD and go ahead and copy this definition. Sounds that have been detected. And pause the video if you need more time. Okay, now let's look at the signal for this. If you've heard a sound, you're going to go like this. You heard it. All right, the next word is also heard, but this spelling is what? HERD. And this meaning is many of the same animals living together. So you could have a herd of elephants. You could have a herd of cattle. So go ahead and add this definition on page 96 as well. Many of the same animals living together. And I think for this, since I think of herd of elephants, we're going to act like, animals. Get your trunk. When you have many of them together, that is a herd. All right, good work. Now I want you to take out or you might have scratch paper that you could write this on, or take out a dry erase board, marker, and eraser for a quick game of guess which one. All right. I'll say a sentence and you write down the sound-alike word that you hear. The first sentence is, the principal made a chart to help organize us. Which principal did you hear in that sentence? Write it down. And here's one option for principal. Here's another option. The principal made a chart to help organize us. All right, which one did you choose? Let's spell it. PRINCIPAL, principal. The person made a chart. All right, the second sentence. There are herds of animals in Kenya. Herd. Now remember, this one was plural, so you need herds. See if you can figure it out and spell it. Would it be this herd or this herd when you're talking about herds of animals? Right. Hopefully you wrote down HERDS for plural, and you can show an elephant trunk, a herd of elephants. Good work. Number 3, would you like to write the next chapter? Right. Which right did you hear? Is it this right or this right? Would you like to write the next chapter? All right, let's spell it. WRITE. And that's just you writing. Okay, number 4. Have you heard about the termites? Heard. Which herd? Is it this one or this one? Spell it. All right, let's spell it together. HEARD. Have you heard about it? And the last one. I heard that bad remark. Heard. Again, is it this heard or this heard? If someone said something bad about you, they made a bad remark and you heard about it. Which heard? Let's spell it. Heard. Great work. All right, third grade, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.